was a lot of mixed emotions about WrestleMania Night 1 and how it was. I enjoyed WrestleMania Night 1. I'm gonna get into why. I'm gonna break down each match. Make sure you leave a like on the video, subscribe to the channel if you're new. If you already subscribed, you already know what the drill is. I'm gonna go through each match, explain why I enjoyed it. Cause I don't think this was bad. I think I think some people just had the expectations too high. Cause I don't know what a lot of y'all expected from some of these matches. Are there things that should have been on a Raw or on a pre-show? Yes, we'll get into that. But the first match, Gunther versus Jay, underwhelming. Still calling, still trying to call Jay Uso a bad wrestler. I don't get it. This was Jay and Gunther have not put on a bad match, and this match, their fourth one, this was a good match as well. Jay Uso hitting pulling off a body slam. Jay being able to hit the spear out of nowhere was actually really good when you think about it, because Gunther wasn't expecting it. And y'all call Jay Uso's spear bad, but don't keep the same energy for Ricky Saints. And that brother has a terrible spear. So you gonna call Jay Uso's spear trash? Say the same thing for Ricky Saints. He's not the only one that's using the spear that didn't use it in its original move set. And it's like, and even the wrestlers that do have a lot of moves, like the Will Ospreys, y'all don't even like them. So I don't know what wrestling fans, I don't know what some of y'all be wanting at the end of the day. Jay hitting the Hurricane Rana and then going into the spear and doing the splash, that not being enough played well into the match, because it showed Jay that he's gonna have to do more to beat Gunther to win the World Heavyweight Championship. So then he was able to do more. When he was taking those chops, when he was getting beat up on the corner, he was laughing, he was enduring the pain, he was taking the pain, because he know what he has to do to get the win. And then he was able to do all that. He was able to hit hit the clothesline. He was able to hit a spear again, hit the splashes. Then he choked him out and put her in a sleeper hold. You think Gunther losing a sleeper is a bad idea? No, that's how Gunther has beaten Jay before. It plays well into their story and it makes sense. Should he have tapped? Not that fast, but him tapping is not a bad thing. He should he only tapped in like 3 or 4 seconds, so he shouldn't have tapped that fast. But him losing to a submission made a lot of sense. I don't think y'all are really watching the product. But Jay deserved to win, and Gunther lost in a good way. It made the most sense for him to lose. Then get to the World Tag Team Championship match. I see people calling this bad, and this match was not bad. This match should have been on Raw, because there was no special return or anything like that. I thought that Big E was going to come back with a tag team partner like an Omos or somebody after the match, because I thought if they did that segment with Big E, then he's likely cleared to come back at Mania and do something, get physically involved with the New Day. But that didn't happen. And the match was a good tag team match. This match wasn't bad at all. I just feel like it wasn't the WrestleMania. If you're gonna have it on WrestleMania, you could have put it on the pre-show, especially since you had the other matches. Like you could have had the other matches, like the TLC match that you're doing on SmackDown next week. You could have put that here instead of that, and put this on the pre-show. Like you have a 3-hour pre-show, so you need to use some of that time for those matches. But this wasn't a bad match. You knew they getting the win. I enjoyed it. I mean, they quote unquote cheated with the ref not being able to, with his view being obstructed. But this was a good match. I'm not gonna say it was fun. It wasn't the greatest match of all time, but it wasn't a bad match. I had no problem with this match at all. Like the match quality was really good. It was just some of the other stuff that they didn't do on the card is what might make me change my rating. But this wasn't a bad card. New Day winning the tag team championships, well deserved. They should be the tag team champions. If anybody else, now I don't know who they alluded to, but that don't matter right now. I'm just hoping they go on a good run as heels, as the champions, because the heel run has been solid already. They've done some good work. Now hopefully that continues with them being champions. Naomi versus Jade Cargill. A lot of y'all Jade haters, y'all. I mean, when I made the Jade video, there was a lot of positivity when I talked about how good Jade was, and she proved me right. Jade and Naomi, they put on a banger up a match. This was a fun match between Naomi and Jade. And Naomi doing the bulldog off the top rope, and her doing the split-legged moonsault. That was cool. Jade, she intercepted the third super kick that Naomi went for, and then that power bomb, which she threw her up in the air and caught her, then hit the power bomb. Like it was some cool spots that was just happening, and it was like both Naomi and Jay looked good in the match. Neither one of them would have looked weak losing. Like the best part about this match is that either one of them could have won, and it would have made sense. Like I do wish Naomi would have won, like by putting her feet on the ropes or something to distract, and then the referee not being able to see. But they'll still have an excuse to run this match back. you could definitely find a way to do it again. I don't see how they couldn't. Like, this is definitely a multi-match series. So Naomi, Jade getting the win. Now she's 2-0 at WrestleMania. She's won her first singles match at WrestleMania. This was a good match, and it was well deserved. I think, it's like I said, it could have went either way. This was a good match. It's probably not even gonna get its recognition, and this has been the best story heading into WrestleMania. I've been more interested in this than I have been with Cody Rhodes and John Cena, and it's not joking. I'm not making this up. I've been more invested in this story than I have with John Cena and Cody Rhodes. They've been Both these women have been showing up. They've both been wrestling. They've both been cutting good promos to have good segments, have the long-term storytelling there. It's everything you need for a great feud and rivalry heading into WrestleMania. They have all of that. That's why it's the most interesting story of WrestleMania weekend, in my opinion. Then you had LA Knight taking on Jacob Fatu in the United States Championship match. This was a good match. I ain't get too many notes down for this one, but Jacob Fatu ended up winning the match. It was a good match. I mean, it lasted about 15 minutes, and Jacob Fatu won clean, which I like because he doesn't need Solo by his side to win matches. He doesn't need help to win, and now he's the only person in the bloodline with the new bloodline with gold. Jacob Fatu and Jay won championships the same night. That's dope to see. But Jacob Fatu, he's the only one out of Solo and Tama Tonga with gold, so that's gonna play into that story a little bit more. And eventually we're gonna get the Solo versus Jacob Fatu for the title. And LA Knight, him getting the rematch ain't justified this time because he lost clean. You can have him move up to the main of. You can have him be Mr. Money in the Bank. He would be a good option to win Money in the Bank this year. It'll like He'd be great for that. He had a good run as U.S. champ the first time. I think the first reign was better than the second one, but the second one wasn't bad. But this was only his second title defense in like 40 days. He was defending it more than that first title defense, I feel like. But LA Knight, he's great. I feel like he's ready to go for the main event scene now. He's really been ready for it. But now that you don't have Roman at the top with any championships, I think this is the best time for him to win it. And it makes the most sense. Now, El Grande Americano was supposed to face Rey Mysterio, but he got injured during the Andre the Giant Battle Royal Memorial on SmackDown. And Rey Fenix was the opponent. If you didn't see SmackDown this past week, uh, Rey Fenix eliminated Chad Gable. So El Grande Americano came out there later in the Battle Royal to take out Rey Fenix. So they kind of built that story in one night. Then they had a backstage segment, Chad Gable and Rey Fenix. So that's why Rey Fenix was the one to accept. At the end of the day, Chad Gable was winning this match regardless. Because I think with Rey Mysterio and being injured, that hurt some things. And then if you have Dragon Lee and Rey Fenix, who are you picking to have that WrestleMania match? No matter who loses, you're picking Rey Fenix. Because obviously, and not to discredit Dragon Lee, but Rey Fenix is a bigger star than he is, and they want to push him and they protected him the way that he lost with El Grande putting the metal thing in his mask, and when Rey Fenix kicked him, that affected his feet, that hurt his leg, it hurt his feet, so that's why he wasn't able to get his moves in that he usually would be able to. So that led to Chad Gable getting the win. It's not Rey Fenix not buried, nothing like that. This was a good match, and it made sense for Chad Gable to get the win, because he had to win here. He won this whole thing about trying to beat luchadors. He has to get this win here. It's no problem with him winning this match. Now, Tiffany Stratton versus Charlotte Flair. I feel like this was the best match of the night. I feel like this match I really enjoyed from start to finish. Even though the promos weren't that good, like the stories have been bad, like Charlotte does it. She'll put on some bad feuds, but the matches are deliberate. Did the same thing with Rhea Ripley that second time around. The feud wasn't that good, but the match deliberate. So it's one thing you can't respect about Charlotte. But it started off slow. Even the slow pace to start off wasn't bad because Charlotte, it's like her third or fourth match back, just coming back from an ACL injury. So I'm not finna go too hard on her for having a slower start pace to the match like some other wrestlers would when they're not injured. But they did a good job with this. It looked physical. And they had solid spots, and then it looked, like I said, the fact that it looked physical, like it was them, the way they started the match with them just hitting each other, going on the outside of the ring, it added a nice touch to it because it's like this is more than just a championship. Like at the end of the day, yes, the championship is important, but it's more than just winning at the end of the day for both of them because they both have something because they both have something to lose at the end of the day. So Tiffany Stratton did end up retaining, which I was surprised by. That shocked me because I thought Charlotte was definitely winning, but Tiffany winning I had no problems with. The match was good. I think she even lost a two for something. So shout out to Tiffany Stratton and Charlotte Flair. I really enjoyed this match. I thought it was the best match of the night. I don't think it was a match on the card that was better than this four-night one. Then you had the main event of the custody of Paul Heyman triple threat match with CM Punk, Seth Rollins, and Roman Reigns. He had Seth and Roman. They got started with the action first because Punk he left the ring to talk to Paul Heyman. Then you had the weapons they used. They used trash cans. It was just the black thing they used. I forget what you call it. I don't know what they call those things. But Punk he hit like a double inverted DDT, which was a cool spot. Seth doing the buckle bombs to both Roman and Punk. That was pretty cool because he was trying to eliminate both of them because he didn't really know who to go after. Then eventually he was like, I'm gonna just go after Punk because I hate him more in real life. So I'm gonna just go after him. So I think that added to that. Roman spearing Punk, then Seth hitting the pedigree and a stomp to Roman, but only getting a 2 count. It's like, yeah, you know this match is gonna go for a little bit longer. It's not just gonna end like that. So it was some cool spots. They did get a few finishers in. It wasn't like nothing was overused in this match either. Like for a triple threat match, they did a good job like protecting certain finishers and not making sure they overused them. Because after Roman powerbombed Seth and Punk through both announce tables, that's when it got interesting. Because Roman was able to put Punk in the guillotine. Then he was able to get out of it because I think Seth stomped him or something. Then you had Paul Heyman, he handed Punk the chair, low blow. Roman Reigns got his hits in on Punk. Then Paul low blowed Roman Reigns and handed the chair to Seth Rollins. And Seth ends up pinning Roman Reigns to get the win. And Seth joins Paul Heyman. So I'm interested to see what that looks like. I will say this though, as far as the rating for night one goes, out of 10, and this is my opinion, you may disagree, but I think out of 10, it's an 8.5 out of 10. Because I think really the only things that threw me off is the New Day match, because I felt like that was unnecessary. I don't think you really needed to do that. Now, the New Day match, that was unnecessary, but, and then self-team, the whole basis of the triple threat is just stupid in my opinion. Like, the match was good, but the whole basis of it, it's really just stupid. So, I give, uh, and the crowd, and this crowd was terrible tonight, was last night. That's another reason why it's going down. Why I had it at an 9 at first, because the in ring work rate for all these matches was really good, but the New Day match was kind of pointless because we didn't get a return. The basis of the triple threat match was stupid, and it was a good match, but it still doesn't make sense realistically. Like now looking at it and thinking about this logically, like I knew this would happen, but it doesn't make sense. So, but then the last thing that did it for me, and it's not even WWE's fault, but the crowd was just dead for no reason. Like I don't know what Vegas got going on, but LA Knight came out to no pop, and the meter went from 51 to 75. Like nah, but it was good. The in ring work was really good. I don't know why. I don't know. Maybe I'm seeing something that people ain't, but it's like an 8.5 to me. I could give it a 9 realistically if I wasn't factoring in the crowd. Really, it is a 9, but the reason it goes down to an 8.5 is because of the crowd. That's what we remember Backlash from last year. And, what's that, in France? In Lyon, France. We remember that from last year because of how hyped the crowd was. That added to every match because they were just so electric. Like, if the crowd is dead, that's going to make the show worse and things not going to flow as well. So, really, this really on the crowd for making, because this could have been a 9, but I'm going to give it an 8.5 because of the crowd was not it last night. But leave a like on the video, subscribe to the channel, and comment what y'all thought about night one of WrestleMania. I enjoyed it. I thought it was great.